I think the most terrifying time in my life was when I left ministry, when I decided I no longer wanted to be a pastor and I no longer could be in that space. You see, for me, I had spent 20 years of my life as a professional Christian, 14 of them as an actual pastor, pastoring people and being people's spiritual leader. But about at the 15-year mark for me, I had had enough. I did not believe all the things that I was supposed to believe to be in the club. But I was absolutely terrified of leaving because the church had their hooks in me. The church owned a huge portion of my house, my salary. Like, this was all I had ever done. There was no plan B for me. So thinking about leaving was so scary. And as I started to plan out my departure, I started to see that the church had set me up in a way that there were not a lot of options. So when I finally got out, like, finding a job was hard. Finding myself was hard. But I did manage to land a job, and I stayed at that job for 7 years until I quit this week, which is really exciting to me because when I left the church, I started a music business with my wife, and we started teaching music, and then we started producing for people, and that started to take off. So even though I didn't know what I was going to be doing at that time, I still started something, and then I stuck with that something, and now it's grown into something where I can now leave this normie job that I have and do this full time. That said, it is terrifying, right? Like, losing a whole salary and your health benefits and having to pay for that out of your pocket. Like, that's really terrifying. But I'll tell you what, it's not as terrifying as leaving the church, because when I left the church, I literally did not know what I was capable of. At least now I know what I'm fully capable of. So if you're someone who is just terrified of leaving the church because of what could happen, yeah, it is scary, it is hard, but the grass is greener. Like, I found myself landing on my feet even after a few falls. And I've found that, like, wow, I'm resilient. There's a lot I can do. And once I relinquished that control that the church and these people had put over me, like, I was unstoppable, and you can be too.